Have you noticed something strange lately on QVC? One of the network's most beloved faces has been missing. Not just missing from your television screen, but missing from promotions, from previews, from energy. Fans everywhere are asking the same questions. Where is David Venable? And more urgently, why does it feel like QVC is trying to erase him? Something isn't sitting right. And today, we're pulling back the curtain. We're diving into the whispers, the unexplained breaks, the eerie silence from QVC. And yes, insider sources are finally speaking out. This isn't just a retirement rumor. This is about legacy, about power, about the changing face of home shopping television. Is QVC pushing David Venable out after decades of loyalty? Or is something even bigger happening behind the scenes? Let's break it all down, right now. To understand why this story matters so deeply to so many people, we need to talk about who David Venable really is. He's not just another host, he's the host for millions of devoted viewers who've made In the Kitchen with David more than a shopping show. For them, it's a Sunday ritual, a source of comfort, a friend in the kitchen. David joined QVC in 1993. That's over 30 years of serving as the smiling, reassuring face that viewers trust. Not just to sell them a blender, but to brighten their day. He's known for his catchphrases, his southern warmth, and of course, the happy dance. A move that went from spontaneous joy to a full-on QVC trademark. He authored multiple best-selling cookbooks. He made cookware lines famous overnight. He helped transform QVC into what it is today. He's part host, part chef, part therapist, part best friend. And yet, lately, that presence has dimmed. The question is why. In August 2024, things changed. Without warning, David was gone. Viewers tuned in only to see substitutes, or reruns, or new faces entirely. There was no formal announcement, no preview explaining an upcoming leave, no heartfelt Instagram post to ease the worry. Just silence. And for someone as constant as David, that silence was deafening. Fans flooded Reddit and QVC forums with theories. Was he sick? Burned out? Let go quietly? Eventually, QVC issued a vague statement. David was away, caring for his mother. And of course, fans understood. Family comes first. That explanation made sense, but it didn't feel complete. Because David, the ever-transparent host, didn't address it directly. No personal message, no short video, no acknowledgement on his social media pages. Just a vacuum. Weeks later, David returned. But things weren't the same. Sure, he smiled, he cooked, he danced, but something was off. It wasn't his look, it was his energy. He seemed tired, hesitant, maybe even distracted. Some fans said he looked like he was mentally checked out. Others described his demeanor as low-key devastated. His episodes started feeling shorter, his appearances more sporadic, and occasionally, he was replaced entirely by fill-in hosts. That's when fans really began to panic, because this wasn't the David they knew. This wasn't just a man taking a few weeks off. This felt like a goodbye stretched over several quiet weeks. Online speculation exploded. Comments began flooding forums and YouTube. He doesn't seem like himself anymore. Why is David barely on now? QVC is phasing out the originals. David might be next. And those fears weren't unfounded. Because 2024 had already brought a string of exits from long-standing QVC favorites. Jennifer Coffey, Kirsten Lindquist, even the legendary Mary Beth Rowe. All either stepped down or were gently shown the door. QVC didn't say much about those exits. In fact, they barely acknowledged them at all. And that silence is what made David's fans the most uneasy. Because if QVC could let go of beloved veterans with barely a whisper, what's stopping them from doing the same to David? To understand this pattern, we need to step back. QVC's parent company, Corate Retail, has been going through a transformation, and not a quiet one. They're facing financial pressures. Sales aren't what they used to be, and they're chasing a younger audience in a world dominated by TikTok, Instagram Reels, and fast influencers. To compete, they're making bold decisions. They're cutting budgets, they're rebranding shows, and they're hiring new, fresh, younger hosts who look more like social media stars than seasoned professionals. From a business perspective, this is about survival, but to loyal viewers, it feels like betrayal. Because the things that made QVC trustworthy, consistency, warmth, real human connection, are being replaced with fast-paced, influencer-style pitches and trendy slang. The shift isn't subtle, and it hasn't gone unnoticed. One report, a leak from an internal Curate planning session, mentioned host succession planning for major shows. That term set off alarms. Succession planning, that's corporate speak for, we're preparing to replace someone important. And if David Venable's show is considered flagship content, then it's entirely possible they're lining up his replacement without telling him. Or worse, they're slowly phasing him out while maintaining the illusion that everything is fine. That's a strategy companies use when they want to avoid backlash. Quietly reduce screen time, give fewer promotions, let the audience adjust before delivering the final blow. Now, let's be fair, David Venable hasn't stayed totally silent. On at least one occasion, he addressed the rumors. Kind of. On air, he said, "I am not retiring. I've just got a lot of vacation time to use." It was lighthearted. He even smiled as he said it. But even then, it felt carefully phrased, almost rehearsed, as if he was trying to reassure without revealing too much. And when asked directly by fans online, he deflects. No confirmations, no personal messages, just vague affirmations that he's still here. And the question remains, for how long? Here's where things get intense. In a QVC fan forum, a user claiming to be part of QVC's production team shared what they said was the inside story. According to this person, David is being gradually phased out. Not fired, not pushed to resign, but quietly reduced. Airtime shrinking, newer hosts taking over, and major planning meetings happening without him. Another user, who claimed to have ties to QVC's HR department, added more. They said QVC is reviewing long-term, high-salary contracts as part of a cost-saving initiative. In their words, legacy talent is expensive, the new wave is cheaper, faster, and more adaptable. That might make sense from a spreadsheet perspective, but to fans it feels heartless, because David Venable isn't just another name on a payroll, he's a symbol, he's an era, and his exit, if it happens, will mark the end of something special. Let's talk about the viewers, the ones who've stood by David for 30 years. The outrage is real. Comment after comment says the same thing. If David leaves, I'm done with QVC. He's the last reason I even watch. This network isn't the same without him. Fans feel blindsided, not just by David's absence, but by how QVC has handled it. Or rather, how they've not handled it. No statements, no reassurances, just a slow, painful disappearance. And for a community built on trust, that silence is the loudest red flag of all. For many fans, David Venable is more than a host. He's a familiar voice in lonely kitchens, a source of laughter on dark days, a warm presence in a world that often feels cold. People have tuned in while going through divorces, illness, grief, or just everyday stress. And David has been there, week after week, year after year. To see that connection severed without closure, it's painful, it's infuriating, and it feels like a slap in the face. So, what's the truth? Is David Venable being forced out? There's no public memo, no press release, no confirmed leak from QVC, but the signs are clear. His screen time is dropping, his role seems reduced, QVC is shifting its brand, and fans feel the change in their bones. Whether it's an intentional phase-out or a subtle realignment, David's future at QVC is uncertain, and the people who love him deserve better answers. But here's what we do know. David Venable's legacy is safe. No amount of corporate restructuring can take away what he's built. He's helped thousands of people cook with confidence. He's brought smiles into countless homes. He's made shopping feel personal again. Even if QVC lets him go, David won't disappear. He has a loyal following. He has best-selling books. And he has options. Wherever he lands next, whether it's a YouTube cooking channel, a podcast, or a cookbook tour, we'll follow. Because we're not here for the platform. We're here for him. So now we ask you, Do you believe QVC is slowly forcing David Venable out, or are we just watching the awkward growing pains of a network in transition? Either way, fans deserve transparency, and David deserves respect. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. If you support David, hit that like button. Let's send a message to QVC, loud and clear. We notice what's happening, and we won't stay silent. Subscribe for more behind-the-scenes breakdowns of your favorite hosts, shows, and shopping networks. Until next time, stay tuned, stay curious, and stay loyal to the ones who earned it.